Hey everyone, this is T-Bone 2004, and today we're going to be doing a Let's Play of a well-known racing game from Taito Corporation called Continental Circus. Now, this is a unique racing game of some sort. I mean, the game kind of plays out like pole position, but at the same time it also plays out as some other racing games, you know, like Final Lap and, well, I'm not really sure exactly any other specific titles, but let's go ahead and get started here. Let's put a quarter in. Let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, race number 1 is going to be in Brazil. The objective here is to get from 100th place to at least 80th place or better. If you cannot do that, then the game is over. And since we're playing on the PlayStation 2, then I guess I should inform you how it goes. If you've played Gran Turismo, then you'll probably know that X is going to be your acceleration, circle is going to be your brake. And for this game, to switch from high gear and low gear, you have to use R1 to switch to low gear, and then R2. I think it's R2. I think actually it's R1 for acceleration up to high gear, and then R2 you gotta put it back down to low gear. We're gonna keep it in high gear so that way we can keep it at a good steady speed. Also, you might want to watch out for the cars, because if you wreck into the car, then it's gonna put a hamper on your driving. Case in point, you see that explosion right there? That's what happens if you bump into somebody. You will of course wreck. Your car will catch on fire. You have to get to the pit stop, which I just passed a few seconds ago. If you miss it, then you're going to be smoking hard. And see those two right there? I was lucky to get past. Oh, and see how my speedometer just turned yellow? If you hit a car when the speedometer is yellow, that's going to be an automatic crash. You cannot survive it. As you can see, there's a lot of crashes going on right now. And whoa, watch out for that. Well, actually, the debris can't hurt you. It's just the other cars can. And man, a lot of bad drivers going on out here today. Well, as you can see, time isn't really that much of a commodity. But if you do wreck, then it's gonna. Oh, see, I just wrecked right there. Speak of the devil. But that's not really gonna matter here, because all I need to do is just get to the finish line, and then I'll be set to go. We'll be headed to our next race. And let's see, I'm in 64th place. Alright, 64th place. So this next race, it's going to be in the United States, of course. Now, what we're going to do here is we need to get at least under 60th place or better, as you can see right here. Right now I'm in 64th, and it says 60 on screen. I don't think you can see that or not. Alright. Now, this race is going to be a little more difficult, because we only have 30 seconds to get to the next checkpoint. And I had a bad start there, so this is going to be a tricky race. No matter, it's not that long of a race, so we're gonna keep playing. Okay, now you have to watch out on these turns, because these turns here are gonna be actually very difficult to get past. Like right here, you have to slow down to the speed of a slug, I guess. I'm going about 146, 80. There we go. Got to that pretty easily. Now we have about less than 40 seconds to get our next checkpoint. Now, this is not going to be that hard of a race, because we got a long straightaway here. Now, I am going a little fast, so I'm going to slow down here. Okay, now we're going to pass these right here. And watch out for this checkpoint, because that's a surprise turn right there if you didn't notice. Now, we're going to make the right here. Going to pass some more cars here. Let's see, 48. Alright, we're doing pretty good. So, we're going to keep speeding past here. Yeah, I'm a speed demon, so what? Now, this turn... Okay, oh, great. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to be careful from here on out, because, you know, if I wreck, then it's gonna hamper my time. I should add also that this is going to be a close finish, but not close enough. 14 seconds left to spare. And I'm currently in 42nd place. So, I think we're good to go from here on out. Now, in this race, you need to finish at least in 50th place. But since I'm in 42nd place, I'm pretty sure it's going to be good to go from here on out. I mean, from now until the next race, which is going to be in Monaco, but we'll talk about that later. Now, let's see. Alright, good start. Now, I should warn you that at any given moment, also, the weather conditions will suddenly change. I'll give you a good example. If the clouds start to turn gray, and then the whole sky goes from blue to gray, then it's going to start raining. In that point, you might want to get into the pits and change your tires over to wet tires. That way you won't be sliding out so much. But I don't think that's the case, because right now we're in sunny Germany and everything's looking... Actually, no, we're not Germany. France. Pardon me, because I haven't played this game in a long time. This is actually one of the many times that I've ever had a chance to sit down and play this. This is quite a rare occasion, I guess. Go figure. Well, I guess I can give you an interesting story while we're racing here. This game has been on many different consoles. I know it was on the Atari ST. I know the Spectrum had a version of this, and I believe the Commodore 64 had a version of this. But believe me, folks, there is no version better than the arcade version. And what better way to play it than on Taito Legends for the PlayStation 2? You can also play it on the Xbox, but I would recommend the PlayStation 2. Okay, here we are in Monaco. In case you didn't notice, the qualifying rank here is going to be 40th. But right now I am in 25th place, and we're doing pretty good. Okay, so here we go. Now here's what I'm going to point out. See, everything just turned gray. So yes, it's going to start raining. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep a steady speed, and we're going to try to make absolutely sure that this does not turn into a disaster crash, because this is one of my most hated courses. I mean, everybody knows that in any racing game, if you make it to the Monaco circuit, like, say, for instance, Al Unser Jr.'s Turbo Racing or Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge, this is actually one of the most difficult races. I don't know about the case of Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge, because that was actually a pretty easy game, because there's not that many bad turns. The only problem is that the AI in that game is pretty bad. Now, we get this little break here at the hotel tunnel, so we're good to go. We're good to go from here on out. But we're facing back in the rain, and here we go. We're gonna pull into the pits right now. So it may be a bad chance for people to start catching up to me, but it's actually pretty good, because we got some good leeway here on the positions. I am currently in 21st place, so I wouldn't really need to be worrying about placing right now. The only thing I'd be worried about is getting to the finish line, which we are slowly coming up on. So here we go. Let's take a look. Turn here. Okay, now you might want to be careful on this circuit, because a lot of the cars are going to be gaggling around, you know, getting in the way and everything. It's a really bad race, to say the least. But we made it through! Hooray! Now, why I'm wearing a bikini in the rain, that's beyond me. But I didn't design the game. Taito did. Okay, qualifying rank here is going to be 30th. We are in 18th place. So, let's get ready. Alright, we're going to have to put it in a high gear, and we're off. And we just had a car explode! Wow! Okay. We're going to slow down. Oh! Hit the car, hit the car, hit the car. Okay, we're going to have to speed up a little bit. We're going to have to get to the pit, which ironically is right there in front of us. Now, that's the important thing about this game. If your car starts to smoke, be sure to get into the pits, because if you do that, the crash usually lasts about 5 to 10 seconds. And if I had not have done that, then this race would have been over, and this Let's Play would have been ruined if I continue. But yeah, it's a pretty decent game. I like it. I mean, it's nothing like pole position or final lap or anything like that, but it's a good game nonetheless. So here we go. We're gonna make this tight turn here. Okay, we went through that one pretty easy. Almost hit the sign. Here's another tight turn, but here comes the next 8. Oh, almost saw a crash there. All right. With 6 seconds left to spare, I am currently in 11th place. We are working on a pretty good run here. And now we are in Barcelona, Spain. My ranking is 11th. The qualifying rank is going to be 20, but we don't need to worry about that. Got 70 seconds to make it to the next checkpoint. Will we make it? Let's find out. And the graphics in this game is actually pretty good. I mean, it's like predating the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. And to be honest, I would have been surprised if this was released on Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. I mean, Suzuka 8 Hours, if you remember that, it was made by Namco. That was ported to the Super Nintendo, and it was a decent port. I mean, it wasn't like a perfect arcade perfect port of Suzuka 8 Hours, but it was a pretty decent game. I would not have been surprised to see Continental Circus put on the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. I mean, Taito, they put out a lot of decent games. I mean, we have Bubble Bobble for the NES, we have Darius Twin for the Super Nintendo, and all these. Oh crud! I just hit a sign. So here we go. We're gonna have to find a pit stop ASAP. Will we be able to find one? Are we going to find one? Yes, we are. Here we go. Now you can see it's on fire, so yes, on a right pace indeed. And you gotta love, and you know, if you've played this game, I don't think you can hear the sound effects in the background, but there's actually voice acting in this game. I mean, it's not the best voice acting. I mean, there's definitely much worse voice acting, like say Street Fighter by chance. If you remember Street Fighter, I don't think I need to explain that. But here we go. Yes. 14 seconds left on the clock. I am currently in 8th place. Our next stop is going to be, I do believe, Mexico. Let's find out. Yes, Mexico. In case you don't see, its qualifying rank is going to be 10. I am currently in 8th place. We're working on a pole position. We're working on a pole position for the next tournament, or next race, whatever. Okay, here we go. By the way, I should point out that for any Formula One racing fans out there, I should point out that this isn't really in Mexico. If you recall, this is actually a circuit used in Southern California. I do believe like San Diego or San Francisco. Unless you remember that the Southern California Grand Prix in the Western Western region of California. How they called this Mexico, I will never know, because there were definitely some much better races that you could have had in this game, like say Portugal, Belgium, or anything. You got to understand. I've been a big fan of racing games since I was a little kid. My first game, I do believe, was Al Unser Jr.'s Turbo Racing for the Nintendo, and it's actually a pretty decent game. I might do a Let's Play of that soon. Okay, so let's pass this guy here, and guess what, folks? I do believe we are in a pole position for the next race. Are we? Yes, we are. Wicked. Okay, let me see. I see right there? First place. First place. Awesome. So here we are. We're in Japan. If you remember Suzuka Circuit, this is it right here. You need to be in the top 3 to win this race, otherwise the game is over. Will I make it? Will I win the championship? Let's find out. Ironically, that looks like a red Ferrari right there. I wonder if I'm racing against Michael Schumacher. By the way, Michael Schumacher was a great racer in the Formula One circuit. It's a shame that he retired, but, you know, that's the way it is. Oh, speak of the devil, it's going to start raining. So, with that being said, I'm gonna be gutsy. I'm gonna run past the pit stop, which is not a very good idea to do, seeing as how this is the final race and every little bit counts. Okay, here we come on 180R, which is one of the most dangerous turns in Suzuka Circuit. Okay, I just got hit by a car. Now, here's what needs to happen. I've had this scenario happen to me so many times in the past. This is where it all comes down to this. I either make it and win, or my car explodes and the race is over. This is going to be a close one. I'm about to really focus. Come on. Will I make it? It's the final stretch. Will I make it? Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, I have successfully completed Continental Circus in first place. Now, I want to point this out right now. This game is known for a lot of English. Look at this. Congratulations. You are a first-rate Formula 1 driver and a great player. And I don't understand the point of having a 3D graphic like this in the game. I mean, there's nothing really special about it. But to each his own. Create staffs. Produce. Yeah, I'm going to point out as many of these English things ever. Well, hold on a second. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can tell, this obviously is one of those Eastern Hemisphere games like Japan or something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly. Man, that had me on my toes. Now, look at this one right here. Spatial thanks. Spatial. Not special, spatial. You just gotta love English. All your base are belong to us. Yeah, little zeroing for you right there. And that's, of course, going to be the end of the game right here. So, and look at this, folks. Look at this right here. I have successfully beaten the high score of the game. So, let's go ahead and put my initials in right here. T, let's see, and B, and let's get N on there to represent T-Bone 2004. And there we go, right there. T-Bone 2004 is at the top. So, that's Continental Circus for you right there, folks. Great game. Awesome game. I suggest you try it out on MAME, or if you feel like doing it legally, buy Taito Legends for the PlayStation 2 or Xbox. And I guess that's it. This is T-Bone 2004 saying thanks for watching. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you again sometime. Take care.